Hello everyone and welcome back to my tutorial. Today we're gonna continue talking about the Python, Dynamo and Revit. So previous lesson we already starting to understand what is the function. In this tutorial we will continue to understand what is that the function in Python. So, and as always we will open up the Dynamo and start scripting in the Python. Let's get started. So here is my Dynamo and let's start to do that. As you know, we should start from the right click and write here the Python. Once you will write the Python, you will get here the Python script. So, but we not will use it right now. We will, let's say we going back to the school and we should calculate three numbers like X, Y and Z. And all of these numbers we want to multiply to the 0.1, let's say. And of course all of these numbers we wanna also multiply between each other like that. So we wanna get the answer, how much is that? This is simple actually the question which is we can create or solve it in, for example, without any calculation, or we can use the Dynamo tools, which is we have a lot of them tools in Dynamo. But our idea use the Python for this kind of this challenge. So before we will use the Python, I mean the Python script, I will solve this problem by Dynamo tools. How we can do that? We can actually use the math nodes for that one, but I will use the code block. I will use the code block. You can write the code and you will see the code block, or you just can use the left key on your mouse, just double click and you will get the same code block. As I said, we wanna calculate three numbers X, Y and Z, and everything we want to multiply on the 0.1. So 0.1 like that. Of course we should, I said multiply, sorry. Of course we need the three type of the data to connect it inside. I will use the slider. It will graphically show us what's going on with our code block, and I will change the name. This will be X. Better, it's only for you. You will understand better where is the numbers. Here it will be Y, and one more I will copy it. This will be Z. Of course, all of them I will connect. X to the X, Y to the Y, and Z to the Z. Now we need the watch to see what's going on around inside of this code block, and you can see if everything 1, we will get 0.1. If something is changing, we immediately get our data it's changing. But how such a simple code we can release in our Python script? Actually, they're pretty easy. Let's go inside to the Python. We can use the same idea. It's really easy. We can do it like that. For example, we have the three numbers, right? Let me write it in 0 equal 0, in 1 will equal also the 0, and in 2 will be also equal to 0. And we want to get here the output. Output we don't know yet. Let's say this will be answer. We don't have the parameter answer. We will write it here. Answer also will be 0, equal to 0. Let's run it. Of course we get the problem because as you can see this string number blah blah blah. The reason is because we have like 3 inputs, but here we have only 2 inputs. Only one, I mean. I will make the 3 inputs, and as you can see here is answer. If you will change your answer, for example, to the 5, it immediately will change to the 5, so it's working. Now you can, of course, if you have watched the previous tutorial, you can do another thing. Now you can, for example, write even like this. You can use this in 0, 1. I will use it. After that apply 0 to the 1, apply again to the 2, and overall of that will multiply to the 0.1. Of course, will be answer. So this is our answer. Now we don't need that one thing, and let's run it. We will get that kind of the problem. Because we don't have any inputs, we can connect easily this input, like that. Let me connect, and as you can see, the answer is same. So, but this way it's not the function. I want to create the function, so without the inputs, without these things. So we want to get just the function. How we can do that? Let me leave this script, and I will just copy another one here. We will close this Python script, and we will open this one. And here I will delete, of course, everything, and here we will write as I want. So as I think it will be much correct. For that thing, for the function, we should write the def. So it means the function. As you can see, the color is changing because the Python understanding. So now you're starting the function. Let's call our function also the same thing like answer. So we not will change anything. And now inside our answer, we can write like how many elements we want inside. Like one will be X, another will be Y, and another will be Z. You can continue on and on. So even the K, Q, everything what you want, you can continue it. But I want only 3 data. And I will use, of course, these 2 dots. It means the function starting. So don't forget the tab key, tabulation. And now we want to return our number. So let's return, and now we will write the same thing: X, Y, Z, multiply 0, 1. We get our answer. As you can see, our function is answer and answer here. Let's run it. You cannot see anything. Let me use the watches, and I will connect for each one. Let me see what's going on here, and I'll answer here. The reason why it's not calculating, we just get the random time the Python function. So this is pretty awesome. We understand this is a function. We should write the data inside to the answer. So which type of the data will come? We already know that it will be in 0. You don't need multiply it, just one by one. Write it in 1 and in 2. Let's save it, and you get the answer. As you can see, it's working the same way. But baddest thing of all of this thing, if you wanna connect, for example, one more data, it will be impossible if you not will change the code. For example, here you understand it's impossible because you need to here write one more, for example, the Q. So only after that it will be working. But once you write here the Q, you need also the data. The one more input data like a Q. It will be like this. And only after that it will be working. Here the same thing. You need one more input thing, for example, and you need update here the code. You need to write it like that, for example, in 3. And only after that, once you will connect Q to the 3, it will be working. And the last thing, also the same terrible thing. Once you will write here in, let's say the in it's our data, don't be mistaken. So it will be in 3, you need update one more, and you need connect it. And as you can see, it's still not working, because once you will add one more thing, you need to add also the one more in function. It will be like that. Only after that it will be working. So as you can see, it's not so useful. Let's say you don't know exactly how many data will come inside, but you need still get to the same result by same way. How you can do that? And for that thing, let me I will copy my Python. This one. Let me I will do it more correctly, because we have something like a timeline. So this is the first one, it's simplest way, here it's like in the Python simplest way, and here it's modified by function. Let me, I will copy both of them like that. Let's go inside to this Python script, and we will delete everything. We will delete, we will modify. Now it will be not just answer, let me do it correct. It will be with args. This is just a naming. It's only for me. I want to understand what the function is doing. So this is a function doing the answer with args. So we will use now arguments. So this is really a nice thing which will help us. We will delete everything inside and we will write here the args. Doesn't matter what you will write after the multiply, because by this symbol Python will understand we will use the args right now. But the right way to write the naming args. It's something like a standard, so just keep the standard and everyone will understand. Okay, you have the symbol like the multiply here, but after that you writing the args, so everything alright. Okay, after that we will delete everything of that and we'll write here, let's say it will be args, and after that number args. It's also the naming, and the number args will be equal always to 1. You can say the 0, but 1 it's what I prefer. And we will start for number. Now we are using the for function in args. Again, this is our not function right now. And now we need to write number args equal, again, number args multiply number, and we will return number args. You will see what we will get. Of course, this number args will multiply to the 0.1, so to the get answer. Okay, once we will do that, our answer with args will go inside of that answer with args. So let's save it, let's test it how it's work. Okay, here is everything correct, but we will change something. And as you can see, nothing has changed. We have the same result, we can change everything and we get the same result. But what's the difference between between 3 of that and 1 of that? The difference is we can easily modify, apply one more number. Let me, I will do that. I will go inside and I will write here we want one more input. Let me, I will write, it will be number 4. And we will apply one more here. Once we will add here, let's say this is where we are. Once we will add here the one more number, it will be easily calculate. We no need now change our function. It will be always the work, because if I will input one more inputs, one more data like that, and let's make it same data. For example, it will be again the Q. It's still calculating. We no need going to the, for example, you can compare, this is our previous code and this is our new code. As you can see, for the new one, we need just include one more data here. For the latest one, we also should include one more data, but we need change also the function, because without the changing, it not will calculate. Here, we no need change the function. This is the difference. It automatically will add one more function. And as you can see, function can become your friend, because it's helping you not always do everything manually. But here we can also easily modify our percent. As you can see here, our percent now 0.1. We can modify our code and we can change it immediately. No need going to the inside to the code. Let's say here is, let's call it percent. It will be percent. I will copy it and I will put inside to the args like that. Now once we will apply our code, our percent will be equal to the in 0, 1. Otherwise, it will be args. So Python will understand this one is the percent, because this is now first one. It's just it's like a index. It's taking the number and he understand. Okay, the first one it will be percent. Once he see, the Python see our symbol of the multiply, Python understand. Okay, otherwise data, this is args. So if you have the static data, you should write it first. And after that, if you're using the args, Python will understand other things. It's the just additional data. Okay, once we'll write that, I will save it. But now I will unconnect input 0, because our input 0, this will be percent. I will copy that one and let's write here the percent. I will make it like 2%. I will connect to the in, and as you can see, how much the 2% from this number, and you can see it how immediately changing, because our percentage is changing. Let me, I will write some data much easiest, like 2, 3, 2, 4, and maybe again 2, even the 1. Now easily to understand once it's changing the percent. So here is the percent 0. Of course 0, if 1, we're getting the number of that, and now we're changing our percent. As you can see, we just a bit modify our function, and it's working really perfect. Now I will a bit modify our code to better understand what we can get. For example, we want to get some percent from the number. It's an easy function, but we can do that by our own function. Let me will use the again Python script. We will go back. We need, as you understand, we need two type of the data. First input, it will be our percent, as you already know, and the second input, let me will use some slider. For example, this one I will use the slider, and this will be our data. Let's go inside. And now we will write our function again. So as you know, we're starting from the def. So let's say this will be like small homework. Will be answer with args, and inside of that we will get the our percent and args. After that we need the number args, and it will be equal exactly 0.0. Why? Because we want to get the float number. If you have the point from after your number, Python automatically understand this is float number. If you will write just a 0, it will be integer number. It's the difference, a lot difference. So, and we need the for function now, number in args, function starting number args equal number args plus number. This is our like a counter, because once our function is starting, it's going to the loop till it's not will be equal to the number. So it's just a counting. Once we will do that, we want to return number args, divide by 100 and apply by percent. That's why we can understand how many percent from the number, or for example 50% from the 1, how much it will be. So we can calculate it right now, and the answer will be easy. We will just copy answer with args, because it's typing a lot of the time, and we need only two type of data, in 0 and in 1. Let's say okay. So we have some problem here. Let me will see token. Let me will find, and actually answer is easy. Let's have a look on this part. as you can see, my function is not starting because I don't have here the double dots. And that's why the Python asking us like it's the new line unexpected. Once you will add here the double dots, let's save it. As you can see, everything is now calculating. So the 0% from the 1 is the 0, and once you will change it, 71% from the 1 it's 71, and let's say 300% from the 1 it's 3. As you can see, the small thing we wrote in the Python, but now we can get any data, we can calculate anything inside, and it's working. So congratulations, it's your first function which is you can use in Dynamo, which is wrote on the Python. So on the next tutorial we'll continue to going around the our function. We will try to understand how we can use some this kind of the function in our daily life. I will show you some ideas of that, and we will just continue to improve our knowledge in Python. Thank you guys for watching. Today it's finish, and see you next time.